You want an affordable way to build a whole new wardrobe this winter? Well, don't worry, girlie. I got you covered. Hey, I go by Beth Nicole. I'm going to be giving you the ultimate guide on what brands to search for on Vinted this winter. So, how are we going to do that? I am going to break it down into the following categories: jackets, tops, bottoms, dresses, shoes, bags, accessories. Winter coats have been a staple and a fashion statement for over 100 years, with the glamour and decadence of the Fairline coats of the 1920s and the emergence of leather jackets in the 60s and 70s. There's no denying that people have always had an affinity for looking gorgeous and staying warm. We're going to start with leather jackets. Now, a great brand that you can look up for some lovely leather jackets is a brand called Ashwood. This brand was founded in 1987 and focuses on premium leather items. Most of the jackets that I found on Vinted are actually vintage because the brand now only sells leather bags for some reason. There is a really big range on Vinted of these jackets. The pricing range between £20 and £50, which personally I think is reasonable for a genuine leather jacket. The next brand is Vera Pelle, an Italian leather brand of excellent quality, and they do absolutely stunning jackets. There seem to be a big range of the fitted leather, which is one of my favorite types of leather jackets. And then they also had quite a few leather blazers, which I know a lot of people are into. The pricing was between £15 and £60. If you have the patience to scroll through Vinted and really get your hands in dirty, you could probably find a really good jacket for a really great price. Now let's move on to trench coats. The first brand that I've got for some nice trench coats is a brand called Principles. They have a huge range of trench coats on Vinted in lots of styles and different colours. This brand is very budget friendly, with most trench coats between £5 to £15, which is insane to me when you think about how much you would probably pay at retail price for a jacket like this. So I really suggest that this is a great brand for anyone who doesn't know if trench coats are their thing yet, or if they don't know if it will suit them. However, I personally believe trench coats suit everyone and kind of go with every outfit. My next suggestion is a brand called Ensign. This is a brand that's going to be giving more of that Copenhagen style trench coat. I actually own one of these myself that I found in a charity shop a while ago, and let me tell you, I have worn that to death. So this is a brand that I highly recommend. It's kind of in the mid-range when it comes to price, between £25 and £70. But when you think about how much you're going to wear it, so worth it. Another brand that we have for trench coats is a brand called Aquascutum. This is given Burberry without the Burberry prices. And honestly, their whole brand is akin to the Burberry style. They have those classics like the checkered print and the quilted jackets. This is definitely a higher end budget. We're talking £100 or more. But if you really want to invest and you know what you want, it's a great brand to look into. Okay, now let's get on to Afghan coats. I know they are all the rage. Like, everyone wants the cutest Afghan coat. I don't own one. Do want to invest in one soon. I just haven't found one that I love. But if I take my own advice, maybe I'll find a good one day. So we're going to start off with a nice budget friendly one, which is Per Una. Really, really big range on Vinted. And I would advise that you also look up penny lane coats and not just Afghan coats, because people categorize them differently. Per Una Afghan coats range between £5 to £20, which is the cheapest I think I've seen Afghan coats for on Vinted. And then another brand which really shocked me that do really cute Afghan coats is Superdry. Like Queen. Superdry? Never in my life would I think to look that up. Never in my life have I yelled at a girl like this. Like, what do you mean? Superdry has really nice Afghan coats. They do cropped ones, so ones that aren't like to the floor, or like to waist height. Beautiful fair lining, very classic Afghan. They get the texture of it completely right. It doesn't look like fur, it's that shagginess about it, which I think is what makes Afghan coat an Afghan coat. And the price was quite reasonable, between £20 and £70. But yeah, don't sleep on Superdry, I guess. Have you ever been to Superdry? Was it dry? Right, right. Moving on. Finally, for the jacket category, we're gonna go with a fair jacket. You know, when you're scrolling through Pinterest and you're looking at all the outfit inspo for winter, the most iconic girls always have a fur jacket on. So I'm going to give you just a few brands that you could look into. The first one is Astraca. This brand is giving vintage. It's giving the long fur coats, very classic colours like the whites and the browns. And it also had a big leopard print range, if that is your thing. They also seemed okay priced, mid-range between 20 to £60. Now, another great brand is Internationale. Think Mob Wife. Okay, think House of Gucci. That's like what we're going for here. And that is what that brand gives. Okay, it gives Mob Wife. I also noticed they do those shaggy fair jackets, which I know can be all the rage for some people. You know, really gives you that messy girl in New York look. There was also a lot of jackets to choose from, which I really appreciate when I'm looking at a brand on Vinted, because often when you're looking for something so niche and specific, each brand only has 20 or 30 of each. This had quite a few to scroll through, and these ones were a lot more affordable. They were like £5 to £20, which is just genuinely insane for a fair jacket. Moving on to the next category, we have tops. A great staple for a winter outfit is a nice button-up shirt, something that you can really layer or wear on its own and just look effortlessly classy and cool. The next brand that we have is Anne Fontaine. Oh, I love this brand. I love it. It's timeless, it's elegant, it's just so, you know? Oh shit. I actually own one of these and it's stunning. They are on the higher end price wise, between £10 and £30. Personally, it's so worth it for a nice staple. Invest in your staples, guys. Invest in the basics. That is my motto. Invest in the basics. Because it's always the basics that you reach for every day. This next category is one of my faves. That's me shade. Mr. Krabs and Sephora. I don't know how I got here. Cardigans. Laura Ashley. Laura Ashley. They do the classic button-up cardigans, which are essential if you want a little Copenhagen look or you want that effortless chic streetwear. Easy to layer, looks good with everything. Can't go wrong. Also, another thing that I love about them, no tortoise shell buttons. I don't think you understand the hatred I have for tortoise shell buttons on cardigans. Like, whoever decided that was a good idea, like, it didn't eat the way you thought it did. So they're all like plain buttons, which gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Most of them under £10. Boots, boots, boots. Okay, it's obviously winter, so I can't not talk about jumpers. So let's get into it. Now, a great brand if you love a funky design, a cute sweater vest, anything a little bit out there and edgy, go and search up Your Sixth Sense. They have such cute knitted jumpers that have really cute designs on them, and I just think they're really cute. I don't actually own one, but maybe I'll invest. I just don't feel like I'm one of them girlies that can pull that off. But I know that there are a lot of girlies that love a good winter jumper like that. So this one is for you. The pricing, kind of mid. It's like 15 to £30. So not too bad. Another good one for any knitted jumpers is Jane Norman. No one really does it the way Jane Norman does it. She does love an off the shoulder look. However, personally, I hate off the shoulders because you can't wear a jacket with it, but I love the way it looks. So if you do like an off the shoulder, they have a lot of cute ones in the Jane Norman brand. However, you are going to pay that extra price because everyone is onto the fact that Jane Norman is in demand. So they were ranging between £20 and £50. And that's my roundup on the top section. Now let's move on to the bottoms. Should have got those apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Okay, so to start off this category, we're gonna go with jeans. Now the jean is an essential to a winter outfit. Starting off with Paris blues, you're gonna find flares and you're gonna find nice denim colors. My advice is size down. It's a little bit on the bigger size. I actually own a pair of these and I should have sized down. So I'm a size 8, I should have got a size 6. So if you're a size 10, get a size 8, and so on and so forth. But other than that, really good quality and nice and cheap, between £5 to £10. Another brand you could look up is Vintage Next. Now don't sleep on Vintage Next, okay? I call Vintage Next my safety net brand. So this is a brand I go to when I just can't find anything else. It always has something there for me. I have a special place in my heart for vintage Next. And funnily enough, I used to work for Next, which I find hilarious. And that isn't why I like them, because I don't like modern day Next. Yucky, ugly. But if you throw it back to the 2000s, and the way to check that it is an older generation of Next is see if they've put a label up on the pictures, and you can tell the difference between the modern day label and the old label. The modern day label is more boring, it just says like Next. The old label has a lot more like things going on, and you would find that's kind of how you find vintage things on Vinted, is look at the labels, and if they look so extra and like they're doing too much, it's probably vintage. Brands these days are very simple, sleek and clean, so that's usually how I tell if something's vintage. Also by looking where it's made. If it's made in China, most likely not vintage. If it's made anywhere else like the USA, Italy, the UK, France, it's vintage. But anyway, Old Next has a big range of different types of jeans. You can get flares, the boyfriend, and everything in between. And they're quite reasonably priced, about £10 and over, maybe £10 to £20. Okay, so let's move on to skirts. Now, you can't go wrong with the little skirts and tights in the winter. I absolutely love skirts, tights, and boots. Like, that is me in a nutshell. Skirt, tights, and boots. And why wouldn't it be? Because it's absolutely perfect. The first brand for some nice winter skirts is Salus. Now this is going to be more of your maxi skirts, okay? They do have a bit of a grunge edge to them, a lot of asymmetry, a lot of the dark colours like the greys and the browns, but very, very good for winter time. And I literally seen a skirt on there for £1. Like, don't piss me off. £1? You can't even get a Greg's for £1 anymore. Do you know what I mean? For some cute mini skirts, look up Pimkey. They do lots of pleated skirts, which are really cute in the winter, and denim, and then just some plain black skirts. Like, people forget that you need to focus on the basics. You always need a little black skirt that you can have in the wintertime to go with your tights and your boots. The skirts seem to range from about £5 to £20. Okay, and then finally, for some cute skirts, look up Pilot. They had the most stunning range of mini skirts. They were literally all so cute, and there was a huge range on Vinted to look through. I'm gonna be looking at about £20 or higher for this brand, but I think it's worth it. Okay, so that's my roundup on brands you can search for bottoms. Now we're going to move on to dresses. Just like a skirt, you can also do a dress, tights and boots. And a great brand to do that is to look up ProMod. The dresses, absolutely to die for. Such stunning dresses, statement pieces, cute little pinafore one. I seen one that was like patchwork dress, so cute. They really do make a statement. The majority of them are under £10. Another great brand to look up is Massimo Dutti. This brand, you're going to get a lot of knitted, a lot of long sleeve dresses, and it really emanates a classy vibe. So if that's something you're looking for and you want to build a capsule wardrobe, this is a great brand to look into. And the price range is between £10 to £30. And then finally for dresses, a good brand to look up is Sisley. This is giving 70s. Okay, the vibe is 70s. It's cool, it's boho, it's chic, it's fun, and it is a great brand to look into if you are more of that edgy style. And again, so cheap, all under £10. I actually can't believe when I'm looking on Vinted how affordable it is to experiment with your style. Like, I think we forget how much Vinted has opened doors for people, because when I was younger, there was nothing really like that other than eBay. Vinted has just helped me with my fashion sense so much. So shout out to Vinted, please sponsor me. I'm a sucker for a boot. I love a knee-high boot. Heeled, not heeled, I don't care. So I'm going to give you some brands to find some nice winter boots. Another great brand is Nine West. Now this is more your cunty heels, your going out heels, like cocktails with the girlies. It's giving pointy toe, it's giving stiletto. Look at these ones that I found, which are like tie up shoes, kind of like bowling shoes or football shoes, but they're a boot. Like, I love these so much. I don't think you understand. And also, pricing extremely reasonable, between £5 to £15. And then finally, if you want to get those ballerina ass slippers and trench coat button to the top, look up Barrett's. They have such a nice collection of ballet slippers, and I know you're thinking, why would you wear ballet slippers in the winter? It's cold. I think if you wear them with some socks, baggy jeans, wrap up top, and it's a nice sunny winter day, you can so wear your ballerina flats in the winter. Like, you can be grabbing onto Shake like someone was going to snatch her in your ballerina flats. My roundup on brands to search for to get some nice winter shoes. Let's move on to my favorite category, bags. Back in 1497, Leonardo da Vinci decided to make a leather bag for the girly pops. And honestly, he has no idea that thousands of years later, he would be making such a ripple in Beth Nicole's life. I honestly think buying bags is my favorite activity in the whole world. Like, I could so easily be recruited into a cult if all they offered me was an endless supply of really cute bags. I'd be booked and busy, I'd be there, I'd be ready to go. I'm standing on the dotted line. And I do have a stupid amount of bags. I am trying to refrain from buying any this year, but there are a lot of brands that I need to get through. So we're going to get through these quickly, girlies, okay? Quick fire, let's go. First is Tig and Nello, gorgeous leather bags, buckle detailing, all that jazz, range between £15 and £30. Next brand is Tula, gorge, petite, great for going out. They range between £10 to £20. Then we have Oriano. These are funky, quirkier bags, a lot more colour range. Most are around the £25 price point. Nine West, they do them gorgeous like looped bags, which I think are so chic. And they also have a lot of those bags that kind of look like the Coach style bags, which I love because I love Coach. The pricing is great with most of them £10 or under. And then finally Kenneth Cole. If you want a slay black bag, this is the one to go for. Some of the bags are questionable, some of the bags are fabulous. I'd have a root through before committing to anything solid. And these bags range between £10 and £30. And that's the bags done. And now we are on to our last category. We all know a great outfit isn't completed without the accessories. And a great brand to look into is Saint Michael. This is an excellent brand if you want a fair hat. Like, I know only the baddies are wearing fair hats. I actually had a fair hat and it blew away in the wind. Like, no joke, it blew away in the wind. And it literally flew off my head and away into the ether. But these hats are quite reasonable, between £10 and £15 from St. Michael. And then the next brand that we have is Laura Ashley. Great for scarves, gloves, and all those wonderful things. Majority of the stuff is about £5 to £10. So again, you can just buy endless amounts of scarves. Like, have a scarf for every day of the week, why not? Okay, and then a brand that I think most people know, but like I could not say it, is Miss 60. Like, anything that just screams cool girl, you're gonna get it from Miss 60. Fortunately, because the Y2K girlies have taken over, you are gonna be paying quite a lot, but it's worth it. It is worth it. But I would say things mainly start off at £30 and only go higher up from there. Look up French Connection for some really cool 70s diva sunglasses. Literally, these are the sunglasses that I'm obsessed with at the moment. Anything big, oversized. These are also starting off at about £30, which is to be expected because it is a designer brand. Looks like we're done here. If you're not spending the next couple of days searching brands on Vinted like your life depends on it, then I don't really know what to say to you, girly pops. I've given you the tools, now take them forward, my child. If you like this video, like, maybe you want to like, subscribe. But I am like a teeny tiny creator, so any little helps, please. But anyway, I'm gonna go off and spend 2 hours debating whether I should buy some more bags, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye, love ya.